It's a big rich town. I just come from the Bobby's bar. Hey, I don't know all the motherfucking words. What up, man? I'm back. Subscribe to my channel. This is Loch, aka Loch 121. That's LOCH 121. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Like, comment, share. You know what I'm saying? All those things. I need those. Watch my ads because that's how I would get paid. Power. Season 4, episode 5. Don't thank me. Let's get into it. Oh, check out the links in my description. Check out my music and all those things. Check out my other recaps. But yes, 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 power. Episode 5, don't thank me. Angela tells her sis there's new evidence to make her think that Ghost is innocent. They was out jogging. Silver talks to Ghost and says basically, you know, you gotta trust me. We gotta trust each other. I'm the nigga between you and the needle. Tells him they froze his money because they think something financially links him to the crime. And he grills him and asks if there's anything to worry about, and Ghost says no. There's a whole bunch to worry about, but Angela tells Mike about the new evidence. James, she says that James didn't hide the gun. He says, you know, they already suppressed the gun and it doesn't really fit the narrative they're trying to create. She wants to take the vid to mock. Mike says no. And then they come in and say how they found the check from Tommy that Tommy wrote Ghost for the payment for the security, but they think it's for a killing grade. You know what I'm saying? So Tony tells Charlie Murphy Williamson that Ghost snitched him out as far as killing or hurting a prisoner, and that's why he's getting sent away and transferred. Silver tells Tasha she may have to testify, and he keeps pressing about Ghost secrets. Tasha, she don't want to testify, and you know, he like, you can do whatever, you know, you put your mind to, kind of flirting. Keisha and Tommy are in bed talking, rolling up weed. Keisha's rolling up. She calls Tommy a nice guy. I don't know if we could refer to Tommy as that. Asked about the shop, and he says, you know, it is bad, but Tasha got him. Tasha texts and tells him that Proctor is off the case and she got to testify. Keisha is at the same time is asking about Holly, and Tommy acting like he ain't hear it. He like, what? You heard that shit, nigga. You heard it. Tommy runs up on Proctor mad because he off a Ghost case and says, you know, they talk about how Tasha got to testify. Proctor says Silver ain't had no choice. It's a forfeiture hearing. And Tommy admits that Tasha is in on the business. And he asks, and Proctor asks if Keisha knows. And he's like, yeah. So basically, Proctor says if the prosecution knows about the drug money and Tasha testified, that she's fucked. So Tommy gets a call from, what's my man name? Petar, and says that Chicago wants answers as far as, you know, with Ghost and all that. He calms him down. Simon Stern, the guy who was basically trying to take over Ghost Club, like what, last year or the year before last, tries to come and offer Ghost a loan while he's in jail, and Ghost says no. I don't know what, you know, his thing is. Proctor, you see him out eating with his daughter. Angela walks up to talk to him and talks about how she has tape and Jamie is innocent and he didn't put the gun there. And Proctor says, you know, how prosecution put the gun there, and says she needs to talk to Ghost. And he refuses to give her that. Like, bitch, fuck you. You got me suspended and possibly fired. So Tasha and Keisha is chilling, and Keisha gets a call, and she Tasha is getting ready for court. She's trying to pick out an outfit, and she gets a Keisha ends up getting a text. So Tasha being nosy, like, who that? And Keisha talks about how she dating a white boy and he got flavor and whoop-de whoop. Tasha looking suspicious, and then Keisha changes the subject real quick. So Angela goes to see Ghost, and he admits to her that he went to Greg's apartment trying to save her because Greg thought she was the leak. And he admits he was there when she came and was in the bathroom and heard their conversation. And he says that the mole planted that phone. And she says that, Greg may have put the phone there before he got killed or whatever. So basically, he's like, look, the DNA is out, the gun is out. Man, the evidence is bad. And Angie tells Ghost about the check because they didn't know why the accounts got frozen. So she tells them it's about the check that Tommy had wrote when Ghost needed money or whatever. And it was the check that he had got back from Peter for the security that Milan was doing. So Silver says they might say that that's a collusion. And he asks if the check could support Rico or whatever. And he says that it was a loan for security. And he asks if Tasha can testify, and Ghost doesn't answer. Julio and Sue are getting it in. This was a nice scene, man. Sue is sexy. She makes me want to eat some Asian food, goddammit. So he gets a call from the dude Calhoun, one of his clientele, and another dude, Pancho, both complaining that Cristobal got extra cocaine, extra bricks. They was mad at he getting bricks off white bricks, off yellow bricks. So boom, Sue tells him that Cristobal been coming to meet up with Dre at Truth, and tells him about how Dre got this new hole in the wall spot for a party that she's working, and asked, if she need the help. And Julio says he got it. He'll see what's up. Tariq tells Tommy that he got some pussy, and he says he was at a party and he went with somebody named Jacob, and Tommy is looking suspicious. Tasha and the kids go to the hearing. Tasha is about to tell Silver everything, but he says, there's no time. And Mock brings up the seven-figure check from Tommy to Truth, and they believe that was payment for a hit on Greg, and that Ghost works for Tommy. So they call Ghost up to the stand. Tasha thought it was going to be her, so they call Ghost up, and he explains that it was a loan because he has 3 clubs and he had invested into a lot of stuff and he needed some cash, and says that, he's fighting hard for his family. You know what I'm saying? My back, and he is fighting, for his family or whatever. So, and he says that, he's a businessman, a husband, a father, and a friend. And basically he says he's an angel who has never done any wrong. So Mike says that he gonna cross-examine Ghost. Then you see Simon Stern approach Tasha offering a loan, and she shuts him down too. You know what I mean? So then we see Tommy and Dre. We see Tommy and Dre, and they're Tommy explains that this place was supposed to be a one-off place for a shipment. But now Dre is gonna throw a party there. But Tommy likes the idea. So they're keeping the product there, but not selling the product. And Peter is there, and he agrees that it's cool too. They just worry about the girls, if the girls will snitch, which is funny because Sue did snitch on some other shit. So Dre says, they just want to be there around the ballers or whatever. They just trying to chill. So Tommy, he acting all proud of Dre, but then he presses him about that Tariq incident and said he'll break his face if he don't tell him the truth. Dre says that he just dropped him off and he don't know nothing about that shit, lying like a motherfucker. And Tommy says, you know, if anything happened to Tariq, tell him first. You know what I'm saying? Let him know if anything happens with Tariq. So Tommy is still on Dre about this Tariq situation. Ghost is on the stand and Ghost lies and says he never went to Greg's apartment. Mike says, you know, Mike says that he made a deal with Tommy to kill Greg. That's his thing. And he says that he looked in Greg's eyes and says he put out his gun and Knox knew he was Tommy's henchman and he went for the gun and that Ghost shot him and says that he shot him in cold blood twice and then says he climbed out and that's how he left his fingerprints. And Ghost lies and says he wasn't there. And Mike says that that check is the motive for the murder. And Ghost yells, I didn't kill Greg. And so he's become the angry nigga now, the angry black man. And Mike asks how he knows him well enough to call him Greg, and then he bounces out, drops the mic. Silver is looking pressed, and the judge says he'll make a ruling on it, on the check, if it's admissible to court. So Silver and Ghost talk, and Ghost is mad. He was called a killer in front of his family and all that. And says, you know, he says they need money for all this stuff. And Ghost says that, you know, he can't afford it. And Silver says, you know, he'll be in the media and they're gonna hound you. And he's like, we gotta use that for character witnesses in case of conviction. And Ghost asks if he thinks they can win. And then it just flips to Ghost in the weight room. So this has been on the trailer for a minute. And I predicted this wrong. I was wrong. It was similar. I thought that Biscuit would try to kill Ghost. Ghost would kill Biscuit. Then he would knock Williamson out, and Williamson would be blamed for killing Biscuit. But what happens is Ghost is in the weight room. Williamson comes in, starts talking reckless, talking about how he gonna fuck Tasha and his kids, and everybody gonna be calling him daddy. And so then they start fighting. And Ghost flips out. He starts to fight, and he ends up beating the shit out of Charlie Murphy. R.I.P. Charlie Murphy. They was raw for doing this. Raw. He beats him in the face with this weight, and it's so brutal and graphic, and they show it, and he fucked him up, and it reminded me of when Oberyn got killed by the Mountain in Game of Thrones. He fucked Charlie Murphy up, bro. He made his face into a jelly donut, basically. It was disgusting. So I didn't think they would go there. At the same time, right after, this is the scene, actually, right here, when he does that with the weight. While he's doing that, right after he kills him, Tony Teresi and Biscuit come in. Biscuit pulls out a knife about to kill Ghost, and then Tony switches it up and starts choking Biscuit. Biscuit, like, what are you doing? He says, change your plans. And then he kills Biscuit. So they hang Biscuit and makes it look like a murder-suicide, like he killed Williamson and then killed himself. So I was close, but not close enough. So Angela is talking to her sister again and says, you know, James will get the death penalty if she don't fix this. And the sister says, you know, whatever you do, don't hurt yourself or the familia. I love her sister from Orange is the New Black with her sexy ass. So Tasha has to go back to court, and she asks, and she's talking to Tommy, and she asks if he is fucking Keisha. Finally, he admits to it, and he also admits to killing Holly and why he did it, because Holly told him that she had put a hit out on Ghost, and Ghost was dead. And Tasha looked worried, but then she like, I get it, I understand, and you did it for the family. And she basically tells him, keep laying that pipe to Keisha, because we can't get her upset right now with this case going on. And you're gonna have to keep laying pipe, and you can't break her heart, even though I know that you won't feel her like that. And Keisha knows that he ain't feeling her like that too. So seems cool, man. They should just be able to smash. So yeah. Silver calls Angela. They go back to the court. Silver calls Angela, surprised to the stand. Mock says, you can't do that. She's in the prosecution. Silver lets Mock and the judge know that she's here to report misconduct by the prosecution as far as Jamie's case. So the judge agrees. Angie takes the stand and they talk about the traffic stop that they didn't bring up. And then they talk about the footage, how they wouldn't let her bring that up, and reported that Mike had saw it and wouldn't show the tapes. So, and then Mock had kept her out of the strategy and says that she thinks James is innocent, even if it means suspension or, you know, termination. So then Mock comes up and asks why you ain't on the list for prosecutory misconduct. I'm sorry, I got that word all messed up, but for misconduct, and brings up the fact that she was fucking James and how James stole evidence and how he found out that Lobos was still alive. And the judge asks if all of this is true, and she says yes. After the judge yells at her, and Mock says that Valdez admitted the fingerprints 24 hours later than the report claims. So then the judge screams on Angie like, biatch, the fuck is you doing, bitch? But then he screams on Mock and Mike like she was doing all of this on y'all watch. And basically the prosecution fucked up. And the judge says, nigga, the charges are dismissed. Free goes, free goes, free goes, free goes. So the judge recommends all members of the prosecution to be suspended until an investigation is conducted. That's not good for Sandoval. And the judge says, you know, Ghost can go home. Mike is sick. Angie walks by and Ghost says, thank you. And she says, don't thank me, which is the title of the episode. And she says, you know, she didn't do this for him. And that, you know, he might not did this crime, but he's not innocent. And walks off. So Tommy gets a text from Keisha, but then gets a text from Pitar saying that Chicago wants to see him in Chicago. So he calls Grim for a ride. And, you know, Tommy looking kind of shook, like Chicago might try to wipe him out. We see the underground club that Dre's running at the place, at the one-off drop-off, and Kanan walks in. Why is Kanan walking around like he ain't supposed to be dead? Why? Anyway, so he meets Dre. Dre says he's giving him a final payment. Kanan like, bitch, what you mean? He says the payments are gonna stop because, you know, you gotta stop messing with Tariq because you're gonna get found out. Tommy and Tasha are gonna find out. But he says that he wants Kanan help and he needs Kanan. And he says, you know, Kanan is on his way trying to get back to the top and he wants to help, basically. Dre is playing way too many sides. Way too many sides. And while he's talking, you know what I'm saying, Julio sees it. So Julio sees Kanan. I don't know why he didn't text Tommy ASAP, but Tommy probably can't. I don't know. I don't know why he didn't get this information out right then. But also, we don't know when things are happening. While he's doing that, this could be actually before Tommy actually gets that call or whatever. So I don't know. It could have been before Tommy leaves out. So Julio, you know, he got the info. So Silver is talking to Tasha and says they threw out the charges and Ghost will be free. Free Ghost, free Ghost. Free. So, but he says they could bring the charges back up because they phone ringing and I'll catch it. They say that they can bring it back up because they let him off without prejudice. So Tasha is thankful and says he saved the family. And I'm like, he didn't though. Angela saved the family. So they hug and he like rubs her hair and she don't say nothing about it, like she liked it or whatever. So then he says, the next step is unfreezing the money and says she should get a loan and he offers any help. And and he asks what was Tasha gonna tell him, and she says nothing, and he gives a shrug like whatever, and he bounces out. Then Tasha calls Stern and asks for a loan. You're doing too much, baby. You're doing too much. Tariq goes to Kanan's house because while Kanan was talking to Dre, he was texting Tariq. So he goes to Kanan's crib and he sees somebody off camera, but we don't see it. And he asks, "What you doing here?" And then it cuts to another scene. So Tommy got his new ride and he gives the phone to Dude, and Dude is like, "What do we do if we need to get in touch with you?" And he's like, "You're not supposed to." So I'm mad that Tommy doesn't know that Ghost is out or that Kanan is free. Communication is bad. Tony sees Ghost and says, give Tommy this phone. And Ghost is like, "What are you, a friend of his father? Knew his father?" He like, something like that. He's his father, man. Let's stop with this playing coy shit, man. Ghost looking like, yeah, you're his father. He figured it out. And he says, if you don't give him the phone, then I'm going to tell about the prison guard murder. So Kanan walks into his crib. Now I'm thinking maybe Julio is there and they about to clap Kanan up. But no, it's Junebug is there. And she basically says, I got Tariq. What's up? We got to go with the original plan. We're going to hold this little nigga for ransom. We're going to get Ghost money. And then we're going to murk both of them. And Kanan is like, yo, what we need to do. And he gives a smirk. He like, what you need for me to do. And smirks. And then they play this outro. They play this dope ass Young Buck song, a G-Unit song with Lloyd Banks. Flowing, man. So yeah, man, I think that Tasha is gonna get smashed by Silver. I didn't think so, but it's looking like Tasha is going to get smashed by Silver. They have a horrible marriage, man. I wonder if Ghost will go back to Angie. He gotta feel a certain way about her giving up everything for him. Silver is a grimy nigga, man. He don't know who he's fucking with, man. I think he wants to blackmail Ghost or something. It's something. I don't know what it is. He jealous of Ghost because Ghost a real street nigga. He don't like street niggas. I don't know. But he really ain't get Ghost out. He really didn't get, he didn't do shit. So, right. I think that Mike is going to get caught when they do this when they do this shit. Or Angela is going to find out. And it's going to come down to Angela probably having to murk Mike or something. I don't know what's going to happen with Keisha and Tommy. I don't know, man. I think they make a cool couple, actually. I think that Tommy should give her a try, man. Fuck it. I don't know. We never did see who Proctor got to help with that body. So that's interesting. Tariq, I don't know, man. Tariq seemed to be kidnapped at this point. Now we got Cristobal causing problems with everybody. We got to get rid of him. We got to get rid of Dre. We got to get rid of Kanan. Man, we got a lot of people to get rid of, man. They call, so yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what Simon Stern wants other than just have Ghost in his pocket. So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see the trailer, but I'm gonna have to check the trailer out. So I actually can't really give too much on what's in the trailer because I didn't watch the trailer. But yeah, for the most part, man, there's a lot going on. Ghost is coming home. We got Tariq has been kidnapped. We got beef with Cristobal. We got Dre schemed out. Kanan schemed out. Tommy is going to Chicago for God knows what. Yeah, and Tony is trying to reach Tommy. Yeah, Tasha ain't shit, boy. So yeah, man, free Ghost, free Ghost. Yeah, Ghost is free. As I thought though, midway through the season, Ghost is free. I thought that's how it would go down. That midway through this season, Ghost would be free, and he is out of there and touching down. But touching down to what? Well, he got it. He got everything. You know what I'm saying? Money gonna be right. I guess truth can be opened back up. The shop can be opened back up to wash Tommy's money. But yeah, Tariq is in trouble. We got Cristobal, who's a problem. We got Kanan, who's a problem. So Ghost ain't coming home to all love. You know what I mean? So this episode was fire. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. I need those likes. I need those comments. I need those shares. Rock with me, Viral Munchies. Check out the links in my description. I do music. I have my music. I have music videos. I have music for stream and sale. You can check out. And I thank you, whoever comes through. And I invite you to come through to whatever else I do. And this is Loch. Follow me at Loch121 everywhere on social media. Holler at me. Let me know if you like the recaps. If you don't like them, any suggestions, holler at me. I'm with all that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out, man. Free Ghost, free Ghost. Glad my man is home now. Goes back. You know what I mean? And I'm out like that.